Many fashion brands use leaves and eco-friendly labels to hide a messy reality. This is greenwashing, the practice of using misleading marketing to mask supply chains that remain polluting and completely opaque to the consumer. This flowchart shows how Tessa Harding, an Ohio-based coder, intended to solve it. She designed a system that tracks a garment's journey from raw materials to the shipping container, using locked digital blocks to create an unalterable ledger. She called the concept Verity. Tessa shared her entire technical vision, the pitch deck, the code repository, and the design mockups with her wealthy childhood friend, Bianca Vance. Within 3 weeks, Bianca stopped answering Tessa's calls and launched the company herself. Bianca leveraged her father's network to secure a $2 million seed round. When Tessa finally reached her, Bianca's dismissal was blunt. An idea is worth nothing without the money and status to make it move. Tessa's family saw the news not as a theft, but as a sign that she should quit. Her mother sent links to nursing programs, while her father suggested she find a job with a stable pension. In their eyes, Tessa's dream was a failure she needed to move past. But Tessa realized that Bianca's rapid rise was built on a significant technical blind spot. Bianca was a master of influencer marketing, but she had no idea how the underlying code actually functioned. True ownership of a technology belongs to the person who can actually build it. Bianca owned the brand, but Tessa still owned the expertise. While Tessa lived in a studio apartment in Austin, Bianca scaled Verity to a $12 million Series A valuation. She filled her social media with private jets and awards, selling a vision of sustainability that investors were desperate to believe. But the company was scaling on vaporware. In the tech world, this refers to software that is heavily marketed but doesn't actually exist or function on the back end. This side-by-side comparison reveals the fraud. On the left, Verity's app showed slick animations of AI verification. On the right, the actual database was empty. Instead of real audits, staff opened internal spreadsheets, manually stamping them as passed to fool investors. Customer reviews began to fill with complaints about missing certification tags, and an investigative blog post questioned why Verity's partner factories weren't listed on official labor registries. Bianca's PR team ignored them, burying the complaints under a new wave of influencer posts. A startup running on hype is only successful as long as the public lacks the data to see through it. To maintain her secrecy, Tessa kept her family at a distance, telling them she was focused on her corporate day job, while she spent every night building her new platform, ThreadPure, in a room covered in whiteboards, mapping out the architecture Bianca couldn't understand. ThreadPure relied on hardware. Partner factories installed IoT sensors to track real-time energy, instantly flagging unauthorized labor. Next, satellite imagery monitored the surrounding areas for illegal waste dumping. Finally, by integrating data from local NGOs, these 3 streams interlock into an unalterable digital block. While building this, Tessa's sensors picked up data from factories Bianca was claiming were green. The numbers showed the truth. Verity's partners were ignoring safety standards and falsifying their hours. After a year of silent engineering, Tessa was ready. She walked into the industry's largest summit, not as a victim, but as the only person in the building with a functional product. Lasting success requires the grueling, invisible back-end engineering that a fraudster isn't willing to do. At the Austin Sustainable Futures Summit, Bianca took the stage to announce a new transparency update. She spoke to a room of hundreds, unaware that the data proving her claims were false was already in the building. Tessa found an investigative journalist in the crowd and handed over a USB drive. It contained 2 things: the original stolen design files from years ago, and a year's worth of real sensor data exposing conditions in Verity's factories. ThreadPure, however, became the new industry standard. Tessa closed a $3 million seed round and eventually acquired Verity's remaining assets for a fraction of their value, migrating their users to her verified system. When the news reached Ohio, Tessa's father finally admitted he was wrong to tell her to give up. But after years of building in the dark, Tessa realized that while his pride was a comfort, her own ability to survive the betrayal was the only true validation she actually needed to move forward. Revenge is a temporary motivator. Real victory comes from outbuilding the people who underestimated you, until their influence becomes a footnote in your story.